Hi, my name is Phil, and I'm bringing this old canoe stern motorboat back to life. Her name is Jabiru. She's 90 years old and she's 32 feet long. Now, these shots that you're watching now are when she's on the crane at Port Stephens, just about ready to go on the truck. So hope you enjoy this episode. It's all about turning it over. The first step in starting to prepare for the rollover is to jack the boat up to an unreasonable height on great big piles of wooden blocks. It needs to be pretty high to be able to get the wheels under it and around it, so it'll go up higher than you would imagine. You might remember from a previous episode where we turned the boat over upside down that these big steel joists were fitted with 2 rollers each, and I put them under the boat, and that's what the wheels will turn on. They're pretty heavy things, so took a bit of wrangling to get them under. I've only shown you one, and I think that's enough. Once the beams with the rollers were in place in the correct position under the boat so that the wheels would sit on the rollers, I was then able to fit what would be called the top sections of the wheel if the boat was upright, and they bolt onto the 2 big wooden beams that are clamped across the shear line of the boat in 2 positions. As I was fitting these first sections of the wheels, I found that I had to jack the boat up just a little bit higher than I previously thought I had to. I'd done measurements, but it wasn't correct. Had to go up even higher still, so perilously high, you'd call it. The next step was to drag the side pieces of the wheels up beside the boat where I could lift them into place with the forklift. I decided to use the forklift because most of this I was doing on my own, and these pieces of the wheel are quite heavy. So also the forklift put the section which goes onto the bottom of the boat in an easy position to put it in place. It would have been almost impossible for me to lift it up without the forklift, so I really appreciate that machine. I didn't show you the second wheel going on, as it's just more of the same, so you get the idea from the first one. The next thing that had to be done was that all the bracing had to be put back pretty much the same way as I'd done it when we turned the boat over the first time. So when all that was done, we were ready to roll. I put these blocks in place to press against the hull surface so that as the boat turns over it can't possibly move inside the wheel and scratch itself. So that's the reason they're there. On the day of the turnover, we put the boat down onto the wheels so that the weight was being carried on the two rollers on each of those two beams, and then we were able to take all of the blocks out. So it's sitting there on 4 rollers now. As I did with the first rollover, I set up a rope through a pulley which was going to go to a car up the driveway to pull the boat over. However, before we started to do that, Roger suggested maybe we should just give it a push and see how easy it is to move, or if it's easy to move. And we found that it was. So we started off using the 2 props to actually stop it from rolling too far and getting out of hand, because I was convinced that there would be a spot where it was going to become heavy, because I hadn't actually taken anything into account in regards to the centre of gravity as the boat rolled over, and I thought there's bound to be a spot where it'll get heavy, so I didn't want it to get out of control. So as it turned out, there was no heavy spot at any point in the rollover, but I still couldn't be convinced to not use the safety pole, so it stayed there till the end, even though it wasn't actually needed. It turned out to be a very good rollover.
Who wants to be the first to hop inside?
Me.
Have you got your supports on film?
Me.
Okay, or Bonza?
Bonza. Really?
Bonza Cobber?
Yes. I don't know what that meant.
Here's another view of the rollover, sped up quite a lot, so it looks almost a smooth roll without the stops. I've also put some stills in here for you to have a look at, which you normally wouldn't see. All in all, I'm really happy with the way it went. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. As it stands now, the boat's in pretty much the same position, still sitting on the wheels. I think I've jacked it up so it's not actually on the wheels. It's now back on piles of blocks, but the wheels are still on it, and I need to get time to get them off. I had a little operation on my eye, which is a bit droopy now, and so I'm not allowed to get any dust in it. So I've been away from the boat for a couple of weeks, so I'll be back into it soon and lower it down. So thanks for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to presenting the next one as soon as I can.